Are you thinking about selling your house, but don't know what route to use to sell it? Is it even worth using a realtor, or can you sell it on your own? We're about to find out. Hi, I'm Adam D with the Local Connect and KW Realty, and on this video, I'm going to show you how the home selling process works so you can determine if hiring a realtor is worth it. As a property seller, you have several creative ways you can sell your property today, but you might be struggling with which is better for you. In general, we see two categories of sellers. Sellers who need to sell fast and sellers who need to sell for top dollar. Most times, if you need to sell super fast and are facing time constraints, then going the traditional route may not be an option. In this case, selling to an investor type buyer might make the most amount of sense. The majority of investors are flexible, meaning that they will close on your time, buy as is, and pay no commissions. And in most time, even pay your closing costs. Investors tend to be best suited for when you need to sell very fast or need a very flexible timeline. If you're looking for this type of offer, I'd be happy to bring several buyers to you. But if you're trying to get top dollar, you might need some help. If you are trying to sell your property for top dollar, going the retail route might be the best option for you. Selling traditionally allows you to fully test the market by utilizing tools such as the MLS, social media, open houses, and many other things. In other words, your property is exposed to many more people, which means more potential buyers. The more buyers you have, the more competition, and the higher the price you typically yield. A realtor's job is very simple. Create a better outcome for the client that they represent. Sometimes that's in helping you get a really high offer, and other times it's in the convenience that comes with hiring a realtor. A lot of people think that realtors today are professional door openers that help people get into and see properties, but that's not quite the case. Realtors take on a number of different roles throughout the transaction. Getting in and out of properties is actually a very small percentage of what a realtor does. So let's outline the roles of an agent and what you should do to determine if hiring them is worth it. First and foremost, we are your consultant and teacher. Are you making a good move? Have you considered all aspects of your investment? Better yet, how does this process even work? Before you can even think about listing your house for sale, you need to understand the market and how the process works. I already understand the market, but it's important that you learn it as well, which is exactly why many people call me a teacher, because I make sure you pass the test before we get out there. Once we come up with a plan of action that fits your specific situation, I'll get to work. First, we need to begin preparing the property for market. So we'll need to become an advisor and walk through the house and help you determine what needs to be done to prepare. Eventually, you'll get your property ready to list, and then we become your marketing specialist. Selling a house takes a lot more than just putting a sign in the yard and listing it on the MLS. You need to position it and market it correctly. And it's during this time that your house is being actively marketed that I become its tour guide. Not only is it my job to sell your house, but I need to make people fall in love with it. This includes not only the house, but all of the local area and features that contribute to your house. And once we do get an offer on your property, I become your negotiator. This is where the magic happens. You see, you don't want some pushover type of agent. You want somebody who's going to fight for every penny. A listing agent has to be aggressive to make sure that you don't leave any money on the table. But once you are under contract, I'll become your therapist, because you're going to need it, especially if you're buying and selling at the same time. Buying and selling real estate is stressful, but after over 8 years of experience, I've seen it all, and I'll make sure your stress levels are minimum. This is extremely important to my team and I to make sure that we make this process as easy and as hassle-free as possible. My final job is to be your facilitator so that we can take your transaction all the way to closing. Not only will your agent handle all of the pounds of paperwork, but we'll handle everything in between. Sometimes you have repairs that need to be made and you need contractor recommendations. You need us to help you see them through, schedule inspections, secure financing, remove contingencies, do a final walkthrough, complete city inspections, and then time everything properly with the title company, the mortgage lender, and the other side to eventually get to closing. Buying real estate doesn't have to be stressful or time consuming, and it certainly doesn't need to be a full-time job, because that's what I do. But buying real estate is a big deal, and it should not be taken lightly. This is why if you're going to work with a realtor, it should be someone who can wear all 7 of these hats and do a lot more than just open a door for you. So if you're looking to hire an agent who can handle all aspects of the transaction, not just opening a door, and I'm your guy, Adam D with KW Realty.